The AC in my house has died, and I can't have a repairman come in for the next few days. But in South Florida, the heat is horrendous. So, this is a Whirlpool single-use unit, which I borrowed from a relative. The problem is, it has an exhaust, which is gone missing. And you can't use these units without the exhaust simply because it produces more heat than it pulls out. So it actually will heat up the room without it. So what are we going to do? We're going to create our own exhaust using a long box. It's a pasta box I found. A scissor. Nice, simple, flexible dryer hose. And duct tape. Good old duct tape. We're going to need a lot of this. So let's get started. The box is actually shorter than the window. So we're going to cut it up. So as you can see, I have not cut the box yet, but I did cut the ends that were taped up. So now we have it stretched long. And we're going to work with this. As you can see, I have cut with the scissor one edge, the groove side, and I'm going to do the same on this end. I'll be right back as soon as I cut these pieces here. The edges have been cut. We have a nice long line. I'm going to use two of the longest pieces as a reference point. As you can tell in this window, it's got a groove. You want to be able to get in there in the groove, like over here and on this end here. So I'm going to use these two pieces just as a reference. That's not too bad. That's the length that we're going to use. Now I'm going to put on this long box and I'll cut it to size. As you can see, I cut the box to the length of the reference, so we don't need this no more. You can use measuring tape, but I'm making it as easy as possible. And this is the piece we're going to use for our window. Now we want to take this out. This actually stretches 8 feet. It's 4-inch diameter, which is a little small, but the next size is 6, which is too big for our exhaust groove. But we're going to duct tape it. So now we're going to make a hole. That's of the size of this thing right here. And that will be our exhaust port. Did a simple mark using the scissor. I stabbed it right here, as you can see. Now I'm just going to cut around it. Not to the exact size, just a little bit smaller, so the tube will fit snugly. Our hole is cut. Now here's when the fun starts with the duct tape. Let's get the duct tape ready. It fit nicer than I expected, but we're going to cover it up and reinforce it with duct tape. I recommend making a few simple slits like this, maybe 10 of them, and we're going to use it to cover the front. As you can tell, I put the strips all around, and then for safety I put 4 long strips around the circle. And we have officially made our window exhaust. And we're going to put it right out here, and I'll show you in a minute. As you can tell, it fit through the groove. Let's see if we can close it some. Get it under. Since this is only tempered till I get the AC fixed, this looks pretty good to me. And now this end, we'll stretch it. And we're going to just tape that sucker right in there. And then we'll turn it on. As you can see, I created an inner lip first with duct tape, where it stuck out a little bit, alright? Then, what was left out of it, I put another piece of duct tape around that lip, just to give me a border, because the pipe is a little bit thinner. We're going to put the pipe in, then we're going to squeeze these, and then put one more around. And it should work. It looks sloppy, but because of the grooves, we have to make sure no air can come out of it. So I put multiple layers, and we should be ready to go. The AC is plugged in. They don't recommend ever use an extension cord. This is a high gauge, but you should always plug it into the wall. And our window piece, let's see if we can, nice and shut. It's a pretty good tight seal, considering. And let's give it a whirl. Nice. And the vent is working perfectly. Thank you, everybody. This is how you make yourself a makeshift exhaust with cardboard. That is flexible dryer tube, which you get at the hardware store for under 10 bucks. It's 8 feet long. And a scissor. And of course, the almighty duct tape. Oh, and it's cooling until I can get my AC in the house fixed. Thank you for watching.